First and foremost, we like to welcome you guys to AFC Podcast, where we advocate for children first. And we're going to talk about the story that came out of Tennessee. It's gotten a ton of news coverage, but just the sheer magnitude of what all of these people that were involved went through and that I believe contributed to this baby's death is just absolutely unreal. The little girl that y'all see on my screen right there has big eyes, an amazing smile, and she smiles like an angel. And to me, I wonder, what could this baby have done to the world or her family to make them feel like they didn't want to protect her and give her the very best of themselves and see her grow up and become somebody great? And it's just, for the life of me, I just don't understand it. I'm going to skip by some of these pictures because these people are really disgusting to me. This little baby right here is named Evelyn Boswell. She was only 15 months old. She didn't even get a chance to experience anything that life has to offer. Okay? And I do hear those donations coming in. Let me take a pause real quick and I'm going to read these. So what I'm going to do that's going to be different is as you guys donate, I'm going to read your messages. Jay, hearing your message all the way from Australia. Wow. Keep being a voice for the children so people can hear. Let me see. What does the rest of it say? So people can hear them and make a change. Thank you. So to Helen B. I'm not going to read your whole name out. Helen B. Thank you so much. We're getting love all the way from Australia. That is dope. Okay. But it's all about these babies right now. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to spread awareness. Now, let me show you guys a picture real quick. This is a good one to start with. The woman on the right-hand side, and y'all gotta forgive me if I get these names backwards. Don't tear my head off, okay? The grandmother of Evelyn Boswell, a 15-month-old toddler found dead in Tennessee this month after a family waited weeks to report her missing. I repeat, the family waited weeks to report this baby missing. The grandmother is behind bars again for allegedly burglarizing her parents' mobile home. Now tell me this don't sound like a backwoods, country-ass, methamphetamine-laced story. This definitely sounds like a white trash story, and I'm going to tell you guys, even white people know to separate themselves from the trash of their community. So I'm sure everybody understands that this is not what we associate with. We don't claim these people as citizens, as Americans, as brothers, as kings and queens, as nothing. Everybody around this baby failed her. They are horrible people, and I'm going to explain to you why. Let me give a shout out real quick. Pamela Trickett sent in a $10 super chat, said thank you. And I thank you so much, Pamela, for showing your vow of support. Thank you so much. And for being a channel member. Karen Grayley said, prayers for you, Jay. You are a blessing to these babies. I thank y'all for just feeling that way. I really do. Angela Boswell. Her bond is set at $50,000 for a count of aggravated burglary during a court appearance Friday morning. I want you guys to keep in mind that she burglarized her parents' mobile home. Just, man. She's also facing charges including theft under $10,000, the introduction of drugs into a penal facility, and possession of counterfeit money. Cue the banjo music. Yeah, for real. Like this is so stereotypical of backwoods. It's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. She had drugs and counterfeit money. The 42-year-old was arrested on Thursday for a second time since baby Evelyn was reported missing on February the 18th, not that long ago. The 15-month-old girl was last seen alive in December, but authorities only first learned that she was missing nearly a month later. Boswell's ex-husband was worried, he told them, and he claimed to have not seen baby Evelyn since before the holidays. An Amber Alert was issued one day later on February the 19th, but authorities we're still investigating why it took so long for the family to report that the toddler was missing. And I want you guys to look at these pictures. These are some of the search sites where they found the baby and things like that. What do you guys think? How do you rob a mobile home? Apparently that's something you can do. Maybe I'll have to get a banjo playing. I don't want to do it because I don't want to be too comical with this story. But I'm a DJ. I could pull it up. I could... Guys, don't give me no bad ideas. I'm not trying to be funny right now. But we do need to laugh a little bit just because these stories are so freaking tragic, you know? Angela Boswell, William McLeod. Oh, we're going to get to them. And I'm going to tell you guys, y'all definitely need to always be aware of people with bad face and neck tattoos. You could definitely tell that they're terrible people if they have bad neck and face tattoos. Just thought I'd throw that out there, okay? Boswell is accused of lifting 2 televisions, and I hope they were flat screen. Lord have mercy. If they have if this bitch stole a tube TV, we gonna have even more of a damn problem. So we're gonna assume that these were current flat screen TVs, okay? 2 TVs, a shotgun, a pistol, and various tools from a mobile home in the Kingsport area Wednesday night. Andy Seabolt, a captain with the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office, told Knox News the residence belongs to her own parents. According to a release from the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office, Boswell and a male accomplice who was identified as 37-year-old Larry Fields. These people are old as shit to be doing this type of stupid ass shit. Sorry. 37-year-old Larry Fields allegedly entered the home and began concealing items on their bodies as they walked back to the vehicle. Surveillance video taken nearby showed Boswell and Chad arrived at the trailer. Exiting the vehicle, entering the residence, and then leaving the residence with the items reported stolen. Camila sent in a very, very nice super chat. And what did she say? She said, Jay, what the hell is wrong with these parents? I am unable to have kids, and these parents all need to be put on an island and left to figure out how they will eat and shower. Never be allowed in general population. I totally agree. Thank you for that message. They sound like a bunch of meth heads. Thank you. They really do. When Boswell was arrested on Thursday, she appeared to be in possession of a small bag of what appears to be crystal methamphetamine and a $50 bill that appeared to be counterfeit, according to the release, not according to my words. So people want to email me talking about, you don't know what you're talking about, Jay. Well, I'm getting this from the courts. I'm just telling you what they're putting in as far as evidence, okay? Crystal meth. They do look like crystal meth parents, don't they? They all look like they're on crystal meth. This is just unbelievably stereotypical. Fields remains at large on Saturday, but authorities have issued an arrest warrant charging him with aggravated burglary and theft under $10,000. Now, Boswell was previously arrested in February along with 33-year-old William McLeod. They were taken into custody in Wilkes County, North Carolina, after authorities spotted them driving in a BMW they had been looking for in connection with baby Evelyn's disappearance. The couple was extradited to Tennessee, where they were both later released on bond. Now, how they released them on a bond, how did they get a bond, is beyond me when you have a missing 15-month-old baby and now we have a dead baby. No, the baby was not found alive. The baby was found dead. 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell was found deceased this month. Not even a week or two ago. Evelyn's mother, again, her name is Megan Boswell, is also currently in jail. Now, she's been behind bars since her arrest in February for making a false police report. Authorities said that the 18-year-old parent had repeatedly been dishonest with investigators, since her daughter's disappearance. So her baby died, and you could tell that she didn't give a shit about that kid because all she did was lie at every single point. Now, you would have to think, how can somebody claim that you love your kid if they're asking you about the whereabouts of your kid and all you do is lie about it? To me, that doesn't sound like a parent that cares about their kid, right? There have been no charges filed yet in Evelyn's death because they're going to need some concrete evidence. But here's the part that's going to take a while. I'm going to let you guys watch some news videos. Click that thumbs up when you guys come in. Please click that thumbs up. Yes, a BMW, and they're all doing meth and crack and rocks and probably smoking toad and all kind of other stuff. Just, I don't know, just anything backwoods you can think about it. Just put that thought in your head. Let's go ahead and give you guys the fair usage, and let's listen at the news videos. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Now, for the people who asked, where's the biological father, hashtag babies for benefits, the biological father, let me see if I can get my trusty tool on the screen, my whiteboard. Y'all want to know who the biological father is? Give me a second here. Let me change the color. We're going to make it a little bit thick. There we go. Is this guy. That's the biological father. His name is Ethan Perry of the U.S. Army. He serves our country. Mom's recent ex-boyfriend is this guy by the name of Hunter or Preston Hunter Wood. This is the biological mother. This is Grandpa Meth. This is maternal grandma Angela Boswell, who also looks like she probably, I don't know, snorts or shoots up whatever she needs to do. And grandma's boyfriend, William Boyd. Let's take a look here at William Boyd right here. These are all of the names that we have as of this moment. All of these people failed this one little baby. When we talk about it takes a village to raise a child, how is it that an entire village fails one baby? I don't know. I just don't understand this. But let's listen to the videos. Let's go ahead and get it. While you guys are here, click that thumbs up. I'll just play the videos and let them play through. Let's get it.
Now, breaking news. Authorities have found remains believed to belong to missing East Tennessee toddler Evelyn Mae Boswell. News Channel 5's Jason Lamb is at the 5 Alert Center with what we know right now. And Jason, after a 2-week search for Evelyn, this was not the news people were hoping to hear.
Don't ask me how I come up with these names, guys. She looks like a Grandma Meth. I'm sorry. She looks like a Grandma Meth. I'm going to have to come up with some more of these names. But let's play the video.
Yeah, Emily, there's no other way to put it. This is a heartbreaking update at the end of a heartbreaking week in Tennessee. The remains were found this evening on a property. Evelyn's grandfather reported her missing to the Department of Children's Services. The property is on Muddy Creek Road in Blountville. Deputies from the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office were searching the property when the remains were found. Those remains will be sent for an autopsy and a positive identification. The 15-month-old was reported missing a few weeks ago but hadn't been seen since mid-December. Maggie Boswell is behind bars right now for false reporting. Investigators say her story changed many times during the investigation. Emily's maternal grandmother, Angela Boswell, and her boyfriend, William McLeod, were arrested for stolen property in North Carolina. They're accused of taking a car investigators were looking for in Evelyn's disappearance. The TBI got more than 750 tips in her disappearance. Now, a press conference is scheduled in just about 15 minutes, 10:15. We hope to bring that to you live here on News Channel 5.
Now, you guys might not have catched that. And thank you very much for the donation. I'm going to read that here in just a moment. But if you guys did not catch that, they're going to tell you here in a moment that they had over 800 tips to try to find this baby. 800 tips. They got up to about 750 and then they got a little bit further. 800 tips. Can somebody put 800 tips in the chat? Just type that just to make sure that y'all heard what I said. 800 tips. Keyshawn Johnson, if you are out there in the chat, I want to say thank you very much. Just sent in a very nice PayPal donation. I want to say thank you so much, Keyshawn. Definitely appreciate that. Also to a young lady in the chat who I am very honored to know. Here's a little something to catch me up a little bit with the heart emojis, the black heart emojis. I know what it means. Thank you so much to MMO Family Girl in the chat. Very, very nice cash app, and I love that message. Thank you so much. 800 tips. That means that somebody saw something and said something. How were they not able to find this baby alive after that many tips? Does that even make any sense at all? But it's not everybody, it's not the police's responsibility. It's the parents' responsibility. Grandma and grandpa meth, it's their responsibility. The biological dad, mom's boyfriend, grandma's boyfriend, all these freaking idiots. It's all their fault. I'm just saying, that's a lot of damn tips. It would have been a lot of tips if they would have got 25 tips, let alone 800. Jesus Christ.
NewsChannel5.com.
Man.
You just look at her and you think about your own children and how much promise and hope that you see in a small life, and it's just tragic when it ends too soon.
Today, the Sullivan County community is mourning the loss of 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell. Strangers set up a memorial for the young girl at a tree across the road from where the TBI says her remains were believed to be found last night. TBI says the remains were found on a property in the 500 block of Muddy Creek Road in Blunteville, Tennessee. Authorities say the property belongs to a family member of Evelyn's mother, Megan Boswell. 10 News reporter Katie Inman spent the day in Sullivan County as the community came together.
The gifts beneath this tree on Muddy Creek Road in Blunteville for 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell have only multiplied throughout the day.
And somebody said it earlier in the chat, that's about as stereotypical of a country ass meth head story that you can get. Muddy Creek Road. Y'all remember that street that we talked about last night? What was it? It was like Ho Street or something. I don't remember what that street was called on the show that we did last night. But damn, Muddy Creek Road, and you got a bunch of meth heads in the family. Just ridiculous. And Michelle said the baby was on his land the whole time. And the grandfather called it in to the cops and, let me see, and DHS. Well, some people, it was, Homemaker, thank you, Knight Rider. Homemaker Street, and now we got Muddy Creek Road. Back roads, no damn concrete roads. Like, man, absolutely insane. Let me keep playing the video. Sorry. Let's keep going.
People from all over are coming to pay their respects to a little girl they never knew.
When everybody got the word last night, it was like a part of us got lost with her.
For every stuffed animal, balloon, and flower placed at this tree, Evelyn's memory burns brighter.
This should be about this little beautiful angel that shouldn't have had to go through what she went through.
For over 2 weeks, the rest of the world joined hands with Sullivan County during the search for the missing 15-month-old, uniting in the face of tragedy.
It's really sad. It's a tragic story. It's heartbreaking, but at the same time, it's sad that it took this for a community to come together whenever we should stand up now.
While those who live just down the road still can't believe what they've seen.
Because this is not something that happens here. This is not the kind of people that we are. This isn't the kind of community that we live in. So I think it really affected people because it's just too close to home.
A memorial for the little girl outside the sheriff's department is another reminder of a life lost too soon.
Our hope and prayer is that justice is swift for Evelyn.
While a chapter's closed on the search,
I don't know if y'all can hear that in the background, but y'all hear them frogs in the background? Out there by the pond, you know, guys, we're going to come out here and we're going We're gonna dig all this crack and meth and stuff out here, and we're out here deep in the woods at Muddy Creek Road, and we're gonna try to do what we can. We had the mother in custody. The mother wasn't really talking about shit. She's lying. I think the bitch is lying. Then we got Grandma and Grandpa Meth over here. They look cracked out. We don't really know what's going on with them. We're gonna wait till they come to. Then we're gonna ask them some questions. Then we're gonna kind of go from there, see what happens. Hopefully some people turn in some more tips. I know we got about 800 tips, but you know what, people? You can still do more. You guys can still do more. So what we want you guys to do is we want you guys to go ahead and send in some more tips so we can get up to about 1,000 tips here for this young lady. We need to get her some more news media coverage. I know there are about 655 videos on it, but guess what? We're going to put some more out there. We're going to do what we can do. I don't really know what the hell going on here. I don't know what these tweakers are out here doing, but guess what? God damn it, we're not gonna rest till we get some justice for this here baby. You dig? Let's get it.
Community won't give up on the young stranger they've grown to love.
It's sad, but it's also reassuring that is the heartbeat of Sullivan County, not tragedy.
There's still a lot of questions that need to be answered with this case, and it may be a long road ahead before justice is served for Evelyn, but the community stays hopeful. In Sullivan County, I'm Katie Inman.
Now we want to walk you through the timeline of this.
Y'all got to remember, I'm originally from Oklahoma City, so I can talk a little bit country if I have to. I'm just saying. People out here dying in the streets and things like that. All kind of crazy shit going on here. I just want to take care of my babies, and then we're going to go visit the country cafe after we get done with this here news story. We're going to kick back and eat some waffles, talk to my babies, talk to my family, talk to Grandpa. Let me stop. I'm sorry. Let me play this damn video.
Complicated case. The Sullivan County Sheriff says the last verified sighting of Evelyn was on December 1st. TBI says Evelyn was reportedly last seen on December 26th. On February 18th, Evelyn's grandfather reported her missing. The next day, the TBI issued an Amber Alert. On February 21st, TBI released information about a car it was looking for in connection to the Amber Alert. Later that day, North Carolina authorities arrested Evelyn's grandmother and her boyfriend in connection to that car. That same day, Evelyn's mother, Megan Boswell, spoke on camera for the first time. Megan said she didn't report Evelyn missing because she knew who had the toddler. On February 25th, the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office arrested Megan Boswell for false.
I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a stupid story. In some places in Oklahoma, we used to know where they call them sundown towns. Maybe y'all are not familiar with that. Does anybody have an idea of why they call some of these little small towns sundown towns? Anybody have any idea? Why you don't want to end up in some of these towns after the sun goes down? Anybody want to take a guess? I'm just saying, if they can do this type of thing to a 15-month-old baby, to one of their own, these type of people, hashtag not all, but these kind of people, then what you think that they would do to somebody else that they really don't give a shit about? I'm just saying. This story is so stereotypical in so many different damn ways. Let's keep going.
False reporting. Since then, the TBI received more than 800 tips related to the case and searched in multiple states for Evelyn. Fast forward to yesterday, and TBI says it found remains believed to be of Evelyn Boswell in Blountville. An autopsy is now underway to confirm the identity of the body and the circumstances of her death. We have complete coverage of this major story right now on WBIR.com. There you can go more.
A judge in Bristol today denied a bond reduction request for the mother of 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell. Evelyn was last seen in December. Despite hundreds of tips, investigators say there have been no credible sightings of her so far. Today, her mother, Megan Boswell, appeared in court. She is facing false reporting charges. She was appointed an attorney in court and asked for her $25,000 bond to be reduced. A judge denied that request. Her next court appearance will be in May.
Y'all look at her face like she looked like she don't care at all. Oh my goodness, man, these are just horrible people. I wish they would have just given up custody of this baby rather than doing what they did to her.
If you have any information about Evelyn's whereabouts, please call this number. It's 1-800.
Continuing coverage this morning on the high-profile case of 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell. Officers think they found her remains over the weekend. News Channel 5's Nick Barrie joins us live from the 5 Alert Center. And Nick, we expect some new developments today.
Yes, it was quiet after that discovery over the weekend, but you're exactly right. Among other things, authorities hope to get the report from the medical examiner confirming the identity of the child. They do believe it's Evelyn Boswell, and more importantly, also perhaps determining the cause of death, which could help in a criminal case. Now, here's the very latest.
Look at this visual, guys. Do y'all see this visual? Look at this visual. Look at how many balloons and things like that are out there. Stuffed animals. And of course, it's a vigil. But y'all know black people call it a visual. But this is a vigil. Vigil. Not visual. All right. But we got 225 people here. Click that thumbs up. I'm hoping we can reach about 300 to 400 people here. But let's try to get 200 thumbs up. We're a little bit shy. Let's get about 40 more people to click that thumbs up.
A memorial now in Sullivan County, Tennessee, that along Muddy Creek Road in Bluntville. It's in an area where the little girl's remains were found. At this point, again, no one yet charged in the death of Evelyn Boswell. The TBI, though, is awaiting word from the medical examiner, hopefully to come today or certainly earlier this week, which will confirm, they say, the identity of the child and, again, hopefully determine the cause of death. Also, folks in Sullivan County now are being warned by the sheriff there not to be fooled by fake Gofundme pages. There are some out there that claim to have authorization from the sheriff to raise money. He says they have given no such authorization. There are unscrupulous folks trying to profit from this tragedy, and he says they'll be prosecuted if caught and that you need to be careful about giving money to these sites because they're fraudulent.
Ooh, did y'all hear that? Now, I'm just curious. Guys. What kind of an asshole in a community like this would have started a GoFundMe? And guys, not just one GoFundMe, but they said multiple GoFundMe accounts were popping up and they were fraudulent because these people were collecting money. Now, again, this is why I also say that parents need to have life insurance. GoFundMe should not be your damn life insurance. I don't care who you are or why you're putting it up. If you're putting up a GoFundMe to get money for a dead loved one, then I'm sorry, that's just a dumbass thing to do. Get life insurance while people are living, because guess what? One thing that you know that's going to happen with life is death. Life insurance. It's going to happen. They should call it that. Life insurance. It's going to happen. That's what they should use. And you have my permission to use it.
We'll send it back to you in the studio.
This is Grandma Meth coming out of jail after she bailed out. Look at this broad. Watch this.
Angela, when was the last time you seen Evelyn?
Where's Evelyn?
Do you know where Evelyn is, Angela?
When was the last time you
Hey,
saw
put your
her?
hands off of me and back up.
Where's the last time you
Where's
saw
Evelyn?
Evelyn?
Put your hands off of me.
Do you know where she is?
Do
Is
you
she
know where
alive?
When was the last time you talked to Megan?
Have you been able to speak to Megan at all? Do you know where your granddaughter is?
Do you know where Evelyn is?
We had hoped to provide this evening. Before we get started, you should know that this is a very active investigation. We understand that you have a lot of questions. But
yes, that was Granny Meth after she was just getting out of jail on a bond. Just ridiculous.
Please understand, in order to preserve the integrity of the investigation, there's not a lot that we can release at this time.
Let me see. Why is this showing up as an Amber Alert? Child is found and dead. Well, Canadian girl, because this was initially put out almost a month after this girl went missing, and it was put out in February as an Amber Alert, but they just found the little girl this month. So what we're doing is we're updating people on the Amber Alert that was on this child. Hopefully that makes sense.
Sheriff Jeff Cassidy is going to give a brief statement followed by District Attorney General Barrie Starbuzz. Sheriff.
I'm Jeff Cassidy, Sheriff of Sullivan County. I first want to thank the community for their outpouring of love, support, and prayers for the last 17 days.
We got 183 thumbs up. We need about 17 more people to click that thumbs up. We're doing good so far.
When sweet Evelyn was first reported missing, I want to thank the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and our detectives and officers for their persistence, dedication, and hard work in trying to locate Evelyn. This evening, we received information that led TBI agents and Sullivan County detectives to a property belonging to a family member of Evelyn's mother in the 500 block of Muddy Creek Road in Bluntville. During the...
Did he say in Bluntville? Oh. Guys, they don't even write better scripts than the movies with this story. They said Bluntville on Muddy Creek Road, Granny Meth and Grandpa Meth. Man, come on. In Bluntville? They should call it Methville. How about that? Meth County. How about that? Meth County. Let's get it right.
Search, investigators discovered human remains believed to be those of a 15-month-old girl. The remains will be sent for an autopsy and a positive identification. At this time, the investigation is in the very early stages. There's a lot of work left to be done, and right now, this is the extent of what we can provide today. I would now like to...
Said, did he? I missed it. Play it again. He just said that's the name of the county. But if you guys didn't hear what he said and what he's going to do, he's going to get up here and announce himself and let you guys know I'm the deputy sheriff out here in Methville. We're going to talk about this here case. We're going to tell you guys what we learned. Y'all tell me, does he not have that country ass accent? I want y'all to listen to the sheriff again, listen to what he has to say. I want you guys to put your listening ears on. Let's take a look at this here and see what happened. One more again. Let's get it. Here we go, guys.
I'm Jeff Cassidy, Sheriff of Sullivan County. I first want to thank the community for their outpouring of love, support, and prayers for the last 17 days.
Here we go, guys. Put your listening ears on. He's going to say in Bluntville County, when they should really call it Methville County. Well, here we go. Let's get it.
When sweet Evelyn was first reported missing, I want to thank the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and our detectives and officers for their persistence, dedication, and hard work in trying to locate Evelyn. This evening, we received information that led TBI agents and Sullivan County detectives to a property belonging to a family member of Evelyn's mother in the 500 block of Muddy Creek Road in Bluntville. During the search, investigators discovered human remains believed to be those of a 15-month-old girl. The remains will be sent for an autopsy and a positive identification. At this time, the investigation is in the very early stages. There's a lot of work left to be done, and right now, this is the extent of what we can provide today. I would now like to introduce our District Attorney General, Barrie, who can advise you how the case will progress from here on forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you, Jim.
Appreciate
I first want to say I want to thank law enforcement. We've been involved as part of the investigation since its inception, and it's been excellent working with...
Oh, shit, it's Santa Claus, y'all. Oh, shit. This story gets weirder and weirder by the moment. Santa Claus has came to town, y'all. Damn. Can you guys believe this? Sir Santa Claus has come to town. Sheriff Santa Claus is right here at the podium, guys. Y'all give him a moment. Let's listen to him speak out here in Bluntville, Methville. Here we go. Sheriff Santa Claus. Let's get it.
Relationship with our office and the TBI, the Sheriff's Department, and the FBI. And at this point, as the Sheriff pointed out, we're just in the beginning stages of the investigation. And at this point, we're just going to continue working. There's a lot of work to still be done. And at that, we will evaluate our case and what we're going to do next after we conclude our investigation. So based on what has happened tonight, there's a lot of work to be done forensically and just old-fashioned investigative work. So thank you.
Who said Man, he's too thin to be Santa Claus. Look at that red ass red and white shirt he got on, looking like a damn candy cane. I'm just saying, maybe he's on that keto. Maybe Santa Claus is on the keto diet. Santa meth. This is the meth version of Santa right here. This man, come on now. I'm just saying, man, we are what? We're in a pandemic right now. And I'm just saying, maybe he's trying to not be so big and so heavy, so Santa Claus has lost some weight because he's not able to go to the grocery store. All the good restaurants are closed. You know, all of the Waffle House restaurants don't let us dine in anymore. Can't go down to the goddamn IHOP, right? We tried to go down there to the damn KFC. They got my order wrong, and we wasn't able to go up into the damn KFC, man, and get our free cookies like they promised us to get us some cookies.
Thank you for coming.
They marching out like a damn. That's just weird. Let me move on. Whoa. Here we go.
Megan Boswell appeared in a Tennessee court just days after remains of a child were found on property that belongs to her family.
Oh, shit. Y'all see this bitch almost fell. Woo! Oh my goodness. Guys, we gotta watch this again. I was not ready for that. Oh my goodness. Did y'all see this? Let me play it again. Oh shit, I was not ready.
Megan Boswell appeared in a Tennessee court just days after remains of a child were found on property that belongs to her family. Boswell is accused of making false statements to police regarding... Megan Boswell appeared in a Tennessee court just days after remains of a child were found on property that belongs to her family. Boswell is accused of making false statements to police regarding her daughter, 1-year-old Evelyn Boswell. An Amber Alert was issued for the child in February after authorities say her grandfather reported he hadn't seen her for months. The Sullivan County Sheriff says when questioned, Megan Boswell claimed Evelyn was with her biological father, but that turned out not to be true. At the court appearance, Boswell was not charged with any additional crimes, but a judge did increase her bond from $25,000 to $150,000. Prosecutors requested the increase, claiming Boswell was a flight risk. While the remains have not been identified yet, authorities say clothes on the body fit the description of what the mom claims her daughter was wearing when she last saw her. The remains have been sent for an autopsy to determine identity.
Y'all heard that? A $25,000 bond. And they had to raise her bond to $150,000. $25,000, $2,500, she would have been out of jail. Just, man.
Identity and cause of death. For InsideEdition.com, I'm Mara Montalbano.
Well, from hearing this today, certainly the hearing the Boswell family from them after remains were identified as 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation says the remains were found Friday on property owned by a family member. Evelyn was last seen in December and reported missing by a family member in February. Marlena Boswell Ellis.
I just don't understand how you have that many people around this baby and every single person failed her. And somebody said in the chat earlier, why didn't they just give her up for adoption? I'm sure somebody would have taken this baby. Like, for real, for real. Said, I kept my word and now I'm able to donate when I catch you live. Continue to do the awesome work, brother. Hashtag for the babies. That is coming from Alex. I'm not going to read your whole name, but Alex, if you are in the chat, I want to say thank you very much for your donation. I just got it by way of PayPal. Thank you very much. We got a few more videos here, guys, okay? Let's get it.
Spoke.
Yeah, $150,000. That's insane.
On behalf of the family on the phone today.
The immediate Boswell family of Evelyn, they're in anguish and grief over the loss.
Okay, Holly asked, has the charges been updated to murder yet? The answer is no. They have not specifically put these charges on anybody because of the fact that there's so many people involved, and they want to make sure before you put a murder charge on somebody, you absolutely have to make sure that you get this right. So to be honest with you and everybody else, I would rather them wait and get it right, because if they charge these people and get it wrong, then they can't do what's called double jeopardy. Okay, Mookie. So Mookie Lolo, thank you for your donation. Got you. Thank you very, very much. You can't charge them for the same crime twice. So whatever they charge them with, they have to make sure and charge them correctly, or get the correct plea. That's why it's so important.
It's been a very rough and trying time for everyone. And at this time, they do not want to speak publicly in regards to the tragedy. They are still trying to process what has happened.
Now, no charges have been filed in the child's death. Evelyn's 18-year-old mother remains in custody on false reporting charges.
They have to be able to prove that the mom did something. And right now, they don't have enough evidence to prove without a shadow of a doubt that somebody did something to this baby. That, yeah, it's a bunch of finger pointing. They don't know. They don't know anything yet. It's a beautiful baby girl, man. They did her so wrong.
Breaking news tonight, authorities in Tennessee believe they've recovered the remains of 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell.
Such a sad story. Investigators say the body was found on property belonging to a family member. William McLeod and the girl's grandmother, Angela Boswell, were arrested in North Carolina more than a week ago. According to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, they were arrested after investigators found a car linked to Evelyn's disappearance. North Carolina crews also searched the pond north of Wilkesboro. A babysitter reported last seeing Evelyn December 11th, but she was not reported missing for more than 2 months when her grandfather contacted the Department of Children's Services.
Breaking news, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation confirms remains found in Sullivan County belong to 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell. Agents made that discovery on Friday on property owned by a family member. Evelyn was last...
Okay, Addie in the chat asked, why did she get a bond at all? The reason for that is because it depends on what they are holding her in jail for. They can only put them on a bond that's in accordance with whatever their charge is, whatever their current charge is. And since they cannot put a murder charge on any of them just yet, then they can't hold them on that kind of a bond. Just because they suspect something, if they don't have any proof, they can't give them a really high bond.
Last seen in December.
The bond is always going to coincide with what the charge is, and they don't have any murder charges on anybody yet.
And then reported missing by a family member in February. Her 18-year-old mother remains in custody on false reporting charges.
So that's what she's in jail on false reporting charges. And luckily for the courts, they were able to give her a $150,000 bond. Because initially it was $25,000 and then they had to up it.
Since Friday night, people have left dozens of stuffed animals at a memorial for that toddler in Sullivan County. The TBI and the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office say their investigation is still underway.
And we're learning new details about remains believed to be missing Sullivan County toddler Evelyn Boswell. The details came during a hearing for Megan Boswell, that child's mother. A judge raised her bond from $25,000 to $150,000. The TBI says they found remains matching Evelyn's description on a property belonging to a family member. Court documents say the body was found in an outbuilding, and the remains included clothes Evelyn was last seen wearing. Diapers and toys were also found nearby. Autopsy results are pending. Meanwhile, people have left dozens of stuffed animals at memorials for the toddler, including what you're seeing here outside the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office. They plan to distribute the stuffed animals to agencies across the state that helped abused, neglect, or at-risk children.
Megan Boswell back in court, and a TBI witness saying she's made incriminating statements. District Attorney Barrie Starbuzz convinces a judge to raise her bond from $25,000 to $150,000.
We thought it was appropriate under the circumstances to file a motion to increase bond and to have a hearing as soon as possible.
Boswell's defense attorney protested, saying Boswell has no criminal history and the remains have not been confirmed as Evelyn's.
This phase of the investigation is in the inception. There's a lot of work that needs to be done forensically and otherwise that needs to be done, that's being done by the law enforcement agency.
Officials say those tests include DNA to verify that it is Evelyn and her cause of death. In the meantime, community members keeping up support.
Wow.
We want her to leave a lasting impression on everyone.
Did y'all see all those balloons they have? Wow. That's a lot. I think it's a good thing, the fact that so many people cared. But again, if you guys would, we got about 203 thumbs up. If you guys would, continue to click that thumbs up. I'm going to let these videos play out. We got about 4 more videos left.
And we will do something in her memory, in her honor, to make sure that her legacy itself lives on.
My hope is that everybody keeps those lights shining bright for baby Evelyn. Now it's not about finding her and getting her home. It's more about her memory and finding justice, getting justice for baby Evelyn.
Here's the next video.
The Sullivan County Sheriff's Office is warning the public about fraudulent Gofundme pages in light of recent developments in the Evelyn Boswell case. This is posted to Facebook. The Sheriff's Office says that they have not authorized anyone to set up a Gofundme page using their agency's name. If you see one, you are asked to report them immediately as fraudulent.
Are going right now to the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office, where the sheriff's investigators are going to update us.
The search for 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell carries over into another month. TBI says it has received nearly 800 tips related to the search for Evelyn. Agents say...
Y'all heard that, right? 800 tips. So I wasn't making that up. 800 tips.
They are continuing to investigate leads as they come in, but at this time, the TBI says there have been no confirmed sightings of Evelyn. Authorities say the last confirmed sighting of Evelyn was December 1st. However, a babysitter claims to have seen the 15-month-old on December 10th or 11th. Evelyn has blonde hair and blue eyes and is about 2 feet tall. If you have any information that could help investigators find...
The grandmother of deceased toddler Evelyn Boswell now cited for shoplifting at an East Tennessee Walmart. Angela Boswell, as well as her boyfriend, William...
Oh my goodness, y'all hear this? Guys, Grandma and Grandpa Meth were cited for shoplifting. While this is going on, let's play it. Let me let y'all hear this.
The grandmother of deceased toddler Evelyn Boswell now cited for shoplifting at an East Tennessee Walmart. Angela Boswell, as well as her boyfriend William McLeod, are accused of stealing from Walmart in Kingsport. It happened, according to authorities, 5:30 Thursday evening. Court documents state Boswell and McLeod approached the register with a cart full of items worth about $45, which they did not pay for before trying to leave the store.
Man, if you gonna go and steal, why would you steal $45 worth of shit? $45? Come on, man. Yeah, that's Granny and Grandpa Meth. Because if that's the grandma, then whoever grandma is dating makes him the grandpa also, even if he is younger. So yes, Granny and Grandpa Meth. Yes.
They were both issued a citation. They've been banned from all Walmart properties for life. You'll remember Boswell was arrested and accused of driving a stolen car during the search for her granddaughter earlier this year. Little Evelyn Boswell at the center of a massive search in February and March. Investigators recovered the toddler's remains at the beginning of this month. Evelyn's mother, Megan Boswell, has been charged with making false reports to police during their search. Officers saying Megan gave them a different story every time she was questioned. We are continuing to follow this case and bring you the latest.
Well, tonight, investigators are collecting evidence as they try to find what led to the death of little Evelyn Boswell. After a 2-week Amber Alert search, authorities said that they found what they believed to be the remains of the 15-month-old on property along Muddy Creek Road in Sullivan County. Sheriff Jeff Cassidy said the land was owned by a relative of Evelyn's mother, Megan Boswell. No other information has been released about how the little girl died, and no one has been charged in connection to her death. Directly related to her death. Today, a judge did increase Megan Boswell's bond from $25,000 to $150,000, and a TBI agent testified today Megan made incriminating statements when interviewed by investigators. She is charged with providing false statements, and her case now moves to a grand jury. Meanwhile, a memorial near where the child's body was found on Muddy Creek Road is growing for little Evelyn as people from really around the Tri-Cities, the state, even around the country mourn her loss. Ainsley Daniel is live outside the Sullivan County Sheriff's Department where a memorial is growing there as well. Ainsley?
Tonight, here outside the Sullivan County Sheriff's Department, people continue to leave tokens of grief for baby Evelyn at this makeshift memorial. But inside, investigators tell us they're combing through every piece of evidence on a timeline that stands back about 3 months. In a press conference, Sullivan County Sheriff Jeff Cassidy said the last credible sighting of 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell was December 10th or 11th by a babysitter. The Amber Alert reported that Evelyn was last seen on December 26th. On February 18th, Child Protective Services calls the Sullivan County Sheriff's Department. Contact was also made with Megan, where she said she was supposed to pick Evelyn up from a visit with her father, Ethan Barrie, that afternoon. The next day, February 19th, the Sheriff's Office sends a missing child notification and the Amber Alert was issued. 2 days later, on the 21st, Sullivan County Sheriff Jeff Cassidy holds a press conference on the Amber Alert and issues a BOLO for a gray BMW with Tennessee tags. That evening, Evelyn's grandmother, Angela Boswell, and her boyfriend, William McLeod, were arrested in Wilkes County, North Carolina, on a stolen property charge for that car. The following Monday, the 24th, Angela Boswell and William McLeod appear in court in North Carolina. Angela was extradited back to Tennessee that evening. Tuesday, February 25th, just 1 week after her daughter was reported missing, Megan Boswell was arrested on one charge of giving false reports. The following day, a pond search in connection to the case was conducted on the same road where McLeod and Angela Boswell were arrested. On Friday, February 28th, the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office and TBI search a Blountville property belonging to Evelyn's uncle. That night, Angela Boswell bonded out of the Sullivan County Jail and refused to comment on her granddaughter's disappearance. March 3rd.
Hopefully you guys are paying attention. This is the timeline for people who asked. Okay, so here we go.
Angela Boswell and William McLeod appear in criminal court in Blountville. That evening, William McLeod bonded out of jail. March 5th, TBI spokesperson Leslie Earhart tells News Channel 11,
We aren't any closer to determining where Evelyn is at this point.
The following night, March 6th, remains believed to be those of Evelyn Boswell are found on a Muddy Creek Road property owned by Megan's father.
During the search, investigators discovered human remains believed to be those of a 15-month-old girl.
Immediately, memorials begin near where the body was found and at the Sullivan County Sheriff's Department. Monday, March 9th, Megan Boswell appears in court.
Did Ms. Boswell make any culpatory statements with regard to the death of Evelyn Boswell?
You say culpatory or? Yes.
That agent also described the clothing on the body found.
The clothing with the prior interview of Ms. Boswell, clothing described in that interview was the exact clothing that was found on this child.
We have breaking news right now at 4. This just in. Angela Boswell, the grandmother of 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell, has been arrested once again.
Y'all look at her face and tell me that this woman is not on meth. Look at her face and tell me that is not a meth head.
According to our sister station, WJHL, Boswell was arrested in Sullivan County for aggravated burglary. The sheriff's office there telling us Boswell and a male accomplice reportedly went into a home and began concealing items as they walked back to a vehicle. Authorities say several items were taken from the home, including 2 televisions, a shotgun, a pistol, and several tools. The male accomplice has been identified as Larry Fields of Kingsport. He is still on the run. According to authorities, Boswell was also in possession of a small bag of what appears to be crystal methamphetamine and a $50 bill that appeared to be counterfeit. Boswell was charged with aggravated burglary, theft under $10,000, the introduction of drugs into a penal facility, and possession of counterfeit money. Police say if you know where Fields is, please give them a call.
Heartbreaking. Just to even talk about it. She had her whole life in front of her, and I think it's really messed up what they did to her.
It's sad, but at the same time, it's a sense of she's in a better place. Even though we wish she was here on Earth, but the sense, you know, it's a sigh of relief, I guess. I mean, we would all hope that she would have been alive, of course, but it's always a tree, and I always look at that as a symbol of tree of life. And I think it's great that we have there's a memorial here, because whenever the family drives by, they're going to be seeing that, and I think they should be able to see that, and they should be able to see how much the community does care, but at the same time, I would hope that it would push someone to come up and be honest about what's taking place here.
Yes, counterfeit money is a federal crime. They are Federal Reserve notes. That's a whole different kind of crime in itself.
It gives you like almost like a relief, you know? Almost like you can say like a goodbye and that, you know, sorry that whatever happened, happened. But I really hope justice for Evelyn really happens. Whoever did this to her should really pay for it.
This evening, we received information that led TBI agents and Sullivan County detectives to a property belonging to a family member of Evelyn's mother in the 500 block of Muddy Creek Road in Blumpville. During the search, investigators discovered human remains believed to be those of a 15-month-old girl. The remains will be sent for an autopsy and a positive identification.
Tonight, an update on the criminal investigation into the death of 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell.
It's been 10 days since the child's remains were found in East Tennessee. News Channel 5's Nick Barris is in the 5 Alert Center with the latest developments. Nick.
10 days, and so far no criminal homicide charges have been filed. But I can tell you this case is far from closed. Here is the very latest. 15-month-old Evelyn Boswell, of course, was first reported missing last month, but her mother, Megan Boswell, says her daughter disappeared back in December of last year. Authorities issued an Amber Alert, and the child was found in a shed on her grandfather's property earlier this month. An autopsy, which is believed to be complete, confirmed the remains to be those of Evelyn Boswell, but the medical examiner's report beyond that was sealed. The district attorney still has not released the cause or time of the child's death, but sources tell me this is believed to be a homicide, and authorities confirmed Evelyn's mother did describe to them what clothes her daughter would be wearing if and when she was found.
She was wearing a little hot pink tracksuit with a matching bow and little matching shoes.
Investigators also say under questioning Boswell made inculpatory statements. That's vague, but basically means she either incriminated herself or perhaps someone else. Boswell does remain locked up, accused of lying to police during the investigation. If this is a homicide case, she is certainly a suspect, and I'm told there are potentially others. Still, to this point, no homicide charges have been filed against anyone, but I'm told that we could and should expect more developments later this week. Nick Barris, News Channel 5.
Now, I know that was a lot of videos. Guys, so let me go ahead and close out. Just that look on her face, man, I don't understand. Even if she's 18 years old, I'm sorry, but I don't understand how you can be a parent at any age, whether it be 16, 18, 22, 25, how you could just show this level of disregard for a child, for a baby and your baby. That's her daughter. It was her responsibility. And that's part of what I'm talking about when it comes to being a parent, because there comes a great responsibility that comes with somebody giving you that proverbial pat on the back for being, you know, a parent to someone. When we talk about all mothers are queen, all women should be respected and things like that, no. Because I believe that a good parent or a great parent is somebody that not only does the basic stuff, feeding your kid, protecting your kid, changing your kid, educating your kid, protecting your kid, all basic things. Then there's a whole nother level of parenting that even better parents go through to make sure that their children get the very best and that they're the very brightest and that they succeed at the highest levels. Okay? And too many of us are taking just the basics and saying that if a person is getting the basics, then they're doing an amazing job. And I think that's crap because of the fact that we're setting the bar so low. And when you set the bar really, really low, then you're going to have a whole bunch of people that are not going to shoot for anything higher than that. That's why I think it's better for us to have higher standards and for us to be able to live to overachieve stereotypes instead of underachieving all the damn time. It's hurting our children. It's hurting our communities. And then those people who end up growing up who have been this abused in life are going to, those people who have been abused in life as kids are going to literally take that very same thing out, not only on your kids, but maybe one of you. And we always wonder, where does this cycle start? Where does it end? How do we fix it? It starts at birth. It starts while people are engaged in procreation and bringing kids into this world. If you're not ready to be a parent, then let me ask you guys this. How many options did this 18-year-old stupid ass woman have for options of not having a kid? How many options does she have? Are you going to tell me she had no choice? She had no options. It's not her body. It's not her choice for her to have brought this baby right there into this world? She had no choice, right? With all the free birth control we have out there, with all the free condoms we have out there, with the fact that you can abstain, the fact that you can even have an abortion if somebody rapes you. So not even rape isn't an excuse anymore. There are so many different ways that women have options and choices to avoid getting themselves in situations that they do not want to be in. Not only that, but also after you have the kid, we have what's called what? Safe haven laws. Thank you, Miss June Bennett. Do you guys know what safe haven laws are? That means after you have the kid, if you don't want this kid, you can safely give up custody of this kid, and a woman, not a man, but a woman is not even held responsible for the financial raising of that kid. So no child support for a woman. She could just walk the fuck off and drop this baby off at a designated location for safe haven. There's so many different ways for this not to happen, meaning she chose and chose and chose, and I'm hoping that nobody starts to make an excuse. Well, she was young, and she was this, and she was that. Nope, there's no excuse. There is no excuse, and we have to stop making excuses for people doing dumb shit. Period. If me at age 18, I decide to go drinking and driving, and I accidentally kill someone because DJ Just Jay went drinking and driving at age 18 years old, what would happen to DJ Just Jay? Are they going to say, when he was a kid, he didn't know better? He was young. He's still maturing. What are they going to say about me? Or am I going to be giving it any excuses? This is what I want you guys to do. I want y'all to open your mind. I'm going to skip up some of these pictures. And I want to show what I think is the best picture of this little baby. Okay? These are all the people that were involved in her life. Right there. At least a total of 6 people failed her. I love this picture right here. I love that one a lot. We're going to have to wrap this up because I'm losing my voice. Let me try to. I love this picture. I might go with that one. Oh, wow. Those eyes, man. The first thing you see is those eyes. You could just see right into that baby's soul right there. I love that picture right there. Let me see if I can find a different picture. Just a beautiful baby girl. Senseless for that many damn people. And for what? What did they get out of this? What did the mom get out of this? What did the grandparents get out of this? What did the boyfriends get out of this? I'm going to use this one. 15 months old, less than 2 years old. Do I remember what it was like for my daughter to be that age? Yes, I do. You know where my daughter spent most of her time when she was that age? A lot of times during the weekday, because I used to keep her Monday through Thursday, because I had a job that I worked Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 40 hours on the weekend. That way I could take care of my daughter so she didn't have to go to daycare. When my daughter was this baby's age, a lot of times what we would do is we would spend a whole lot of time at the mall. Why? Because I wanted to make sure and get my daughter socialized with other kids. And they had a little play place up there, and every day there was going to be a new set of kids. There were going to be new adventures, new friends to make temporarily. We could eat up there. We could we had a bathroom facility, of course, in the malls. So really, we could spend as much time as we wanted to at the mall, and it was a great place for us to get outside of the 4 walls at home, and just really for and me teaching her lessons. I used to tell my daughter, like, don't pick up any babies, play nice, and all of that good stuff. My daughter used to always know what the rules were, and I'd ask her, I'm like, okay, what's the rules? She would tell me the rules, and I'd be like, okay, go have fun. And whenever she was ready to go, we got up and we left and we went home. And my daughter has been around kids just like this baby, boys and girls. They are kids this age are amazing. They can walk. They're learning how to talk. They have amazing smiles. They're happy. All you got to do is just make sure that they get food, change them, put some fresh clothes on them. Kids is ready to go. Give them something to do. They're very, very easy. And that's why people don't like the terrible twos. I don't call them terrible twos. I love kids at age 2 years old because they're starting to learn to become independent and become somebody. And I look at this baby and I'm just like, we had every opportunity to put this baby in the hands of somebody that cared, and everybody around her refused to take care of her. And I ask, what did this baby do to deserve what she got? She deserved better, and they chose to do what they did to her. And for that, I think that they need to suffer eternally, but definitely in the prison system, or even worse. But we pray that if anybody has any information, make sure you guys turn in that information. Make sure that you guys, if you saw something, please say something. With 800 tips, there has to be people that knew more about what was going on with this case. All right? So I'm hoping that more people pitch in and make sure that this baby, Evelyn Boswell, gets the justice against all of her family members that were involved in this. They all need to pay, they all need to go, and they do not need to be in our society. To this little angel with these big, beautiful eyes. I love that one right there. This one's really clear right there. It says, "Justice for Evelyn. We love you." Probably came from a bunch of people that didn't even know her. All these people that showed up to support her. It's a damn shame. And this picture I really love a lot. Right here. This beautiful little angel. I want to wish you an RIP. Standing next to God. Sitting in his lap. May the Heavenly Father take care of you and your soul. Evelyn Boswell, 15 months old. RIP. Young princess. To her family and her terrible mother. And everybody else involved in this. Like I say, man, let's just hope that justice prevails in this story and that the parents get what they deserve, okay? That's how we're going to wrap up. This is your boy DJ Just J. We're the AFC, where we advocate for children first. From my heart to yours, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening to this stream and to her story. We got to do better in America, even in the backwoods. This is just damn ridiculous, okay? We'll see you guys on the next stream. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe on the way out, and we'll see you guys on the next stream. From my heart to yours, y'all have a great night. See you on the next stream. Peace.